So this story time is gonna be on the day, the time, because I don't know what day it was. The time when I first smoked drugs. Okay? So I'm gonna be eating. So you know. Got me some scrambled eggs and some waffles. So it's the day that the time when I smoked drugs. So we just gonna take two, and I guess we'll leave the other two. Let's see if I got any. Okay. Yeah, I got my own personal stash. Oh, what time is it? Okay. I should, let me see. Now I just gotta say this since I'm talking and I keep saying this is my channel. And as long as I'm speaking the truth, I can speak the truth. I went to church yesterday, right? They announced on the pulpit that if anybody is down or needs some help with Thanksgiving, to let them know. And see, this is what I was talking about, the tithes and the offerings. You see what I'm saying? And how the people back then had to give according to what, what they, type of work they did, right? But anyway, and they that's what the scriptures say, bring ye all the tithes into the storehouse. Whether it's money or whether it's whatever it may be, fruits, vegetables, barley, whatever, meat, you know. So anyway, so now they announce on the pulpit, oh, if you need anything, you know, got roasters. Now they used to text me every year asking me what it was I wanted. They know I always get roasters. I don't mess with turkeys too much. Right? So, I think last year, I got a text stating that they was going to get them. They're waiting for them. But they don't know when they're going to get them. And I ain't hear nothing. I never got none. This year, I ain't getting no text. So, when they announced this stating that they had some roasters, and if anybody need any help or whatever, one, they can have one. I think it's 2 left. That's what they said. 2 left. So, and if you need, I'm paraphrasing, if you need any help, let me know. I would gladly give a donation. Right? I should have went to them and said, okay, I need a donation. How much you giving? Remember you said a donation. So don't be talking about it if I don't give it back. But I ain't hear nothing. I got to the point where I ain't gonna be lying. I don't really need no donation. I got money, but I'm just using that. Just saying that. Being sarcastic. So now I go, I forgot about him. I went to the bathroom because we had rehearsal and all that stuff. So, when I came out the bathroom, or as I was in the bathroom, something like that, it came to me. So when I came out the bathroom, I said, excuse me, do y'all have any more roasters? And then they said, it's in the refrigerator. So I go look in the refrigerator. I see a whole lot of whole chickens sitting up in there. To me personally, they look like they've been there too long. Because they frozen solid. Right? So, I'm digging and I'm digging and I'm digging and I'm digging. So I'm looking, I said, well, I know this ain't there. So she was like, did you see it? I was like, I'm coming across these chickens here. I know they ain't chickens, these there. So I don't know, I kind of detected that there was a gentleman that always would help me. He always go and give me stuff and, things like that. But he was kind of standoffish. And I thought it kind of weird because I was in the refrigerator looking and stuff. And he normally come over to me and help me out with this. But I noticed that he was being like to the side, but he was still looking. And I'm looking at him because I'm expecting help from him. And he looked like he wanted help, but he kind of like backing up. Finally, he just gave in. He came up and said, no, that's not it. So I didn't know, but after, like now I'm talking about it, I guess they got on him because he was helping me. Because I remember he gave me, last Sunday he came over to me and he gave me, what he gave me? He gave me something, but he kind of like snuck it to me. He said, here, take this. Because they was being kind of like, I'm sorry, this thing always going off. He was doing it like underhand, like he didn't want nobody to see him. And he used to be out forward. Out right where, you want some of them? You want some of them? Here, take some of these, take some of these. And he ain't do nothing. I mean, but I would hear, like it would be times when I'd be like, they'd be like, you want this? And I'd be like, oh yeah. Joe came and gave me some. I asked him, did I want it? It's not for him to ask you. He ain't got no right asking you. And I'm looking at him. And he just glimpses up at me and look away. And I'm like, really? He down here, he living down here. I'm presuming he paying his rent down here for this little space. He cleaning up down here. He making sure everything is put in place. He tearing up boxes and all that. And he can't have no say-so to help out the evangelist. So, last Sunday, I can't remember what it was. But somebody had asked for some. And it was in the closets. Just like I was saying, y'all got things in the closet. So when y'all feel like y'all want something, y'all go on in there and get it. So he went in the closet. He don't got no key for the closet. The closet was open. Lord, please let this thing stop. It be be very distracting. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. So, as I said, I can't remember what it was that he wanted to give to me. He actually gave to me Sunday, and somebody asked for it. He went in there and he gave it to them. But I guess he noticed that nobody didn't say, "You want one, Evangelist Jordan?" Oh, it was rice. Thank you, Holy Ghost. It was rice, and I heard them say something about somebody had said to him, "Oh, this person needs about 3 bags of rice." So I said to myself, quick, just instantly and spontaneously as a cook, I said, "Ooh, rice." I said, "We need some rice." So I waited. I was going to see if they're going to ask me. But see, here's the thing. You probably say, "Well, you don't ask, you don't get." I mean, they used to say that. You don't ask, you don't get. I asked, I still don't get. So, okay? But I gotten to the point, since I would ask and didn't get, I just didn't ask, because that let me know you really don't want to give me nothing. So, I just don't ask nothing. I ask the Lord, because the Lord will give to me. He'll provide for me and stuff like that, right? So, with that being said, you probably said, "Well, why didn't you just ask for the rice?" See, let me explain something about me. And maybe it's the spiritual side of me, or maybe it's the natural side of me. But I'm not one to beg. Never was that type of person to beg. Never had to beg for anything. When it came down, there was a time in my life, so I'm going to take back that never. So I'm just going to say I'm a person that don't like to beg. There was a time in my life where I had to beg. I had lost my job. Public assistant wouldn't put me on. I couldn't get unemployment. And I didn't even understand why. But I was young and naive about unemployment. So I just left it alone. But that was unemployment that was backed up for me and that was given to me during the time that I needed. So not to say I didn't need it then, but I just looked at it that God had it so that it accumulated. And then when I did get it, I got it in a bulk. It lasted me for some years, right? So now I worked. See what I'm saying? I worked for a private company, and I was making good money. I was coming home with $700, $800 a week, right? A week. I was getting paid by the week. When I worked for the parks, I was coming home with $700, $800 every 2 weeks, right? So when I lost that job, I was at a state where I needed help. I really needed help. And I went to the church, and they really didn't want to help me. And I didn't know what to do, So it came, I guess the decision came where certain people in the church was going to give me money. I think it was every month they gave me. Maybe I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe every 2 weeks they gave me money. And let me tell you how much they gave me. They gave me $23. Me at that time, I'll be honest with you, I was saying to myself, "Oh my goodness, what is this?" But because I didn't have no money was coming in, who was I to complain? So that was a lot of money. You don't have to give me a lot for me to be grateful and thankful. Excuse me. So, let me just take this pill. That thing going a long time, ain't it? Wow. So, that's all they gave me, right? So, I have gotten another job, and my lights was gonna get turned off, and I had called and asked somebody to help me. My son was at home. I was at work. Now I was working. Thank you, Lord. My son was home, and I was gonna send my son. I told my son to call the person, and if the person say yeah, then just go pick up the money and give it to the Con Edison people. Cause you know back then they come, and when they come to turn your lights off, if you got some money, they'll tell you how much they need to keep your lights on. And sometimes, you know, you could just have whatever you have that's suitable for the bill. You give them something, they won't turn the lights off. And that's what they were saying to my son. You have anything that you can give, we don't want to, we won't turn the lights off because we don't, if they find out, you know, you can get a ACS case. You know, you ain't got no lights on in the house because you can't feed your kids. My son called the person told them to call, for me to call them. So I had to sneak in the back area of the office. Because, you know, if anybody worked for the city, you know, you got cubicles. So I had to go in the back part of the office and sneak and call the person. And they was like, yeah, you need to call. I told Terrence that I'm not giving no more money. If you want something, you got to come in. You got to call. So I was like, okay, I'm calling. I'm so sorry. I couldn't call because I'm at work. I said, well, you call now. I said, yeah, I had to sneak. And I'm trying to make sure that my boss don't see me. Well, you the one who want this. So, and I decided I'm not giving no more money. No, so I said, you're not going to give it to me? No, I'm not going to give it to you. I was too through with the person. I was like, really? I was so hurt that I had to hold back my tears because I wanted to cry right then. I'm just a boo-hoo type of person. Bishop used to say, you know, you just blow on you and you crying. Yeah, that's how I was. I was a very emotional person, you know. And my lights went out. And even though I was working, I didn't get paid, I think, until the next week, right? With Con Edison, the amount that I needed to pay when Con Edison came to the door, I couldn't pay that amount. In order for me to get my lights back on, I had to pay the whole full amount, which was like $1,000 or something. And back then, just like you get help with your rent and you get a one-shot deal, that's what that was called back then. They didn't have it set up like they do now. They take money out of your money and they put it towards your light bill, right? And then they just recoup it out of your money. Well, actually, I should say they pay the bill and then they take the money out of your money. So they wasn't so much doing it back then. They just would give you a big lump sum, pay the whole bill off right then. So I had to wait for that. And I was without lights for about a month or two. And I'm going to tell you something right now. I don't use lights. I don't use lights. I got a little lamp right here. For those who are on YouTube and know you got your ring lights, that's what I go. That's the light that I go by. And let me show y'all. Y'all see that light? Where is it? Can y'all see it? Right there. You see the light next to the TV right there. I used to have, if y'all remember my earlier videos, I would have that light on sometimes. That's why I got the ring light. I don't use no lights in my house. If I walk through my house, I'm always fussing about lights. The kids always turn on the lights and leave the lights on, and they running all through the house, or they in another room and this light on. I'm always fussing with them. Turn them lights on. I do not use lights unless I need them. I go to the bathroom. I go to the bathroom without a light. I feel like this. I don't need a light to do what I need to do. When I take a shower, you probably say, well, what about when you wash up? No, when I take a shower, I light me some candles, and that's my light. If you try it, it gives you enough light to see what you're doing. And I always say you don't need no light to wash yourself up because you know where everything at. The only time I really use light is when I'm cooking. And we was without lights for a month. And the good thing about it, I don't know whether y'all remember Michelle. Michelle came, and her sister and her brother, they came and sat with us in the house. They would go back home. I guess they would go to school, whatever, my kids go to school. And they would come back to the house and sit with me. Keep us company. We'd be making jokes, telling Jason stories and stuff like that. But anyway, let me get back to it. So now I kind of like went off lead. I done forgot what I was going at. Okay, so what was I talking about? Oh, about me taking drugs. Okay, so I was talking about the roaster. I gotta finish that story. Thank you, Holy Ghost. So Joe came over and he began looking for it. So I got so outdone. I'm gonna be honest with you. I got so outdone. I told them, I said, never mind. No, I got it. I said, I understand. I said, I understand you said it. That's not the point that's going on here. The point is that I said, never mind. So just leave it be. I hate when somebody comes to me and they say, okay, let's say they come and ask me for $1. I'm just going to use $1. They come and ask me for $1. And as soon as they ask me for $1, I put in my head, I ain't giving you nothing unless I know what that $1's for. So I'm beating around the bush, right? I'm saying, yeah, I'll give you $1. Let me see. Just give me 1 second. I got you waiting for the $1. Now, I don't know how important this $1 is to you, but you need this $1 to pay the cab. And the cab man out there waiting. And I'm procrastinating. So now you say to me, never mind. Or maybe somebody on the side say, oh, I got $1. Or maybe somebody comes in and say, oh, the cab man said never mind. So now you know that it was for a cab. Oh yeah, I got $1. How much was it? Never mind. No, I'm gonna give it to you. Here, what? Never mind. But see, you know why people enforce it? Is because they become guilty. They know their intentions was wrong. They know what they intended to do. And they think you so stupid, dumb, and naive that you didn't catch on to what they was really doing. So what am I saying? I know you didn't want to give me no roaster from Jump Street. Because everybody on Testify talking about how full their refrigerator is. And I was listening to that video. And I had made a mistake and I had said, why don't I got something I said. But it was wrong. When you listen to it, you'll see it was wrong. So I want to correct it in this one. Everybody, well, I ain't gonna say everybody. Certain people testifying, talking about, oh, my refrigerator fell. I went and looked. Oh my goodness, I ain't got no room. That's what it was. I ain't got no food in my refrigerator. That's what I said. But I meant it to say I ain't got no room in my refrigerator because my refrigerator is filled up. That's what they were saying. So I was saying, well, then I would like to be like that too, right? So now here's the thing. Your intentions was not to give me a rooster. Because everybody else, I'm sure, done got it. You done got up there, I don't know, about 2 Sundays ago, 3 Sundays ago, talking about you ordered this and you ordered that. And when they come in, I'm going to give them out and this and that. Little Miss Muffin over here, little skinny girl with a family of 7 minus 1. You ain't called, you ain't text me. I done seen you, I don't know how many times in the church. Done text you back and forth. You done said this to me. You done said that. I done text you all this stuff. But you never text me and told me, oh, the roosters is in. If you want one, come with your bag or come with somebody, bring somebody with you so that you can carry this, the stuff home. If you need some vegetables or this and that, we'll get that for you. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you got to supply my food, but my thing is, if the food is there, why can't I get some? Because I live in the Bronx. When I was living in the Brooklyn, when I was living in the same borough you was living in, I still was getting. Okay, so this is my point. Once I see you breaking your neck looking for something, when you already told me that it was in the freezer. So you didn't get up and look for it then. Now follow me. I'm not saying that the person should have got up. I'm making a point here of how guilt set in and the response in your actions that you do to try to cover up your guilt and try to make it right. Okay? So you done told me, oh, it's over there. I done asked you for it. Which I shouldn't even ask, because you didn't tell nobody to ask you. All the people that refrigerators fill, did they ask you? I guarantee you they didn't ask you, because they work in the pantry. I don't work in the pantry. So that's another reason why I feel like I don't get nothing, because I don't work. And the reason why I don't work there, because they ain't let me work there. But that's another story, because I don't want to work in there. All the foolishness that go on. I don't want to be a part of that clique. I prefer to be by myself, genuine and pure. And not to say that they not, but I don't like no drama. Okay. So now you gets up after I say, well, I don't see all, I see a whole lot of chicken. Now here comes the gentleman to help me. Now when the gentleman comes over to help me, now you gets up. And I'm thinking you getting up because you don't want the gentleman to give me no more than what I asked for, which I ain't taking no more because I got to carry this. Okay? So now we go on. Now they looking and they digging and they doing this and they doing. I know I had two in here. I was like, never mind. That's okay. It's okay. So now they looking at me. Look at me. Because I'm sure you know me. I ain't got time for this foolishness. Because it should have been put aside already. You should have been done told. When you up there talking about it, you say, oh, Evangelist Jordan, I don't think you got one. We got one for you. If you wish to take it. No, if you want. I don't know why people want you to be begging for stuff. When God has provided. See, this is what I'm saying about the tithes. You see what I'm saying? God provide that money. That ain't yours. You ain't worked for that. You want to talk about, we got this, we got that, we got the grants, we got the money, we got the money. Oh, thank God, God allow us to get the grants. But you ain't doing with it what God wants you to do with it, which give it out to the people. You know what I'm saying? So now, let me just take my blood pressure. I gotta put it around in my mouth and get it together and let it get a little wet and all this this stuff so it's facing downward to go down. Because them bad boys is thick. But that's because it's two. It's vitamin D and calcium. So, we go on. I have to take a walk and get my medicine next. I'm gonna feel. So, okay, so now they looking at it. I'm busy telling them no, and they was like, I know I got it. I said I got 2. I don't care what you said. You can say you got 50. That ain't got nothing to do with the way me making a choice of what I want. It's my choice. Never mind. So when I said never mind, you should have left it alone. But because guilt set in, no, I'm going to find these. Because this one is hers anyway. I put it to the side for her anyway. I just didn't tell her. I just wanted her to wait and ask. I just wanted her to ask me. I just wanted to wait for her to ask me. You may come up with some excuse. I didn't want to say nothing because I didn't know whether they got it or not. Well, I got a big old family. This is my thing. I got a big family. And I got 2 grandkids, big kids, that's in high school, that eat like men. You see what I'm saying? So now, just when I was trying to get away. I was trying to get away. I was not lying. I was trying to hurry up and get out of there before they found it. Whether or not it was in there, I don't know. But I was saying to myself, I ain't got time for this foolishness. Making me feel like I'm begging for stuff when I know God is a provider. We got to beg and want for nothing. My words say, God shall supply all your needs according to his riches and glory by Christ Jesus. So, I'm not going to put myself in a position where it looks like I'm begging for your stuff when it ain't even your stuff. God is the one that provides for it. You ain't bought it. You see what I'm saying? No, you didn't buy it from no store. You bought it from the pantry. From a pantry into another pantry. You didn't go on the website. I don't believe so. Let me put it that way. I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe there is going on the website of what is it? What's the stores? Food Bazaar. Well, I don't hear them saying nothing. I don't hear them saying no A&P. I don't hear them saying no Food Bazaar. I don't hear them saying no BJ's. I don't hear them saying this. Them big stores, Food Town. No, I hear them saying, what, Fresh Direct? I don't know what the other one is. So, I know I was sleeping a certain kind of way. And my, what's the name? I caught a cramp in my neck. So, anyway, once they realized that I did not want the rooster, the roaster, the roster, whatever it is. They really looked for it. And just when I was about to go, what kept me from walking out was looking for my bag, because I put my bag more so in the front where they were. And when I said, never mind, I was going to go grab my bag and walk on out the door. Right? But because I had to turn around and go back towards them to get my bag, that caused me to have to take that rooster. So they said, oh, here it is. I said I had one. I said I had them. I knew I had 2. People just don't understand me. I can care less if you have $20. If I ask for $1 and you giving me a whole shenanigan about the dollar, don't come giving me 20, because I didn't ask for 20. I asked for $1. So now because you guilty about the $1, you want to give me 20. I don't want the 20. So when I say, no, that's okay, never mind. Well, maybe you're going to need more. What can you give it $1? That's none of your business. I asked for $1. So, okay. That being said, let's get to these drugs. So I wind up getting the rooster, bringing it home. And you know, for some reason it wasn't heavy. God did not let that bag be heavy. So I knew that was all in God's plan. See, he works things out. Whatever God wants done, whatever he wants, I'm always telling him, whatever he wants for my life, whatever he wants me to have, whatever he wants me to eat. And maybe that's another guilty trip that they was going through. Well, if she don't take this rooster, then that means God don't want her to eat it from me. Now, I'm going to find this, because I done preached. The Sunday before that, I eat whatever God want me to eat. I say to him, what you want me to eat, what you want me to buy, and et cetera, et cetera. So now, let's go to the drugs. So I guess just another video.